Sometimes an archaeologist will need more than a shovel and brush if they want to hunt down the most legendary treasures, like Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider, Nathan Drake, the Secret of the Uncharted, and Indiana Jones, the New Jersey legendary raider of the Lost Ark. Being born to rich parents, Lara Croft had basically anything she could have ever wanted, except one thing: adventure. And one day she would get what she was looking for while going on a flight to either the Himalayan mountains or an island. Her plane crashed, and her parents went missing. Instead of being traumatized by this act, Lara was hooked by the thrill of adventure, and when she got back to civilization, she decided she was going to hunt down treasures around the world and make a name for herself. But she was no fool. She knew that she was going to have to be ready for anything, so she tracked down the best teachers in the world, and while doing this, she became an expert marksman, survivalist, and stealth expert. Her arsenal includes dual pistols, assault rifles, submachine guns, combat shotguns, grenades, and a competitive bow, a climbing axe, and a grappling hook. Her martial art of choice is similar to kickboxing, and she uses her skills and weapons to take down things from armed thugs, Bigfoot, and even T-Rexes. Her bow has trick arrows like fire, poison, explosive, and rope arrows. In her career, Lara has done things no human should reasonably be able to do, like push blocks from the Great Pyramid, which would weigh 27 tons. She battles Egyptian and Atlantic gods, survived multiple plane crashes, a 250-foot dive from a cliff. She's infiltrated and escaped Area 51, found Thor's hammer Mjolnir. She's found the stairway to heaven. When she was younger, she got impaled by a rusty metal bar and completed an entire adventure while in constant pain. And she once threw a climbing axe into a helicopter and it exploded. Though Lara is tough as hell, she can be killed by any other human. A gunshot to the head or being mauled by wolves can easily take her out. Nathan Drake's childhood was not the best. He was raised in a boys' home by nuns, picked on by bullies, but Nathan had a fascination with history, mainly the explorer who found El Dorado, Sir Francis Drake. So Nathan and his big brother Sam escaped the boys' home, broke into a house, and their treasure was a diary from their dead mother about their father, then died from a heart attack. Not wanting to be arrested, Nathan began a life on the run. Nathan seemed born for the treasure hunter's life. He is amazingly athletic, has an encyclopedic knowledge about history. Nathan started off solo adventures, but eventually teamed up with Victor Solomon, a former Navy officer turned expert con artist. He taught Nathan in the way of combat, both with his fist and with firearms. Speaking of which, his arsenal includes a .45 Defender, assault rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, grenades, and a grappling hook. Nathan has definitely passed his idol in the things he has found and done, including 5 lost civilizations, made a 19-foot jump from a standstill, that's 6 times the world record, survived a train crash while having a bullet wound, survived 2 days straight in the desert, has moved 20-ton boulders, can hold up a 4-ton gate for 4 seconds, climbs cliffs with his fingertips, and he constantly falls dozens of feet and just is fine, including a 40-foot belly flop. And like his idol, he found El Dorado, but it's not a city of gold, it's a dead guy that turns people into zombies. But possibly Nathan's best attribute is his insane luck. Because of this, he rarely has a plan for anything, and he just rolls with the punches that come his way. But overall, Nathan has become a man that his younger self dreamed about.
What the hell did you do back there?
Oh, you know, save the world.
Indiana Jones was a skillful child who was adept at a range of physical activities, such as climbing and horseback riding. His interest in whips was picked up upon visiting a traveling circus where he was fascinated by the whip act. When Indiana was 9, his father was a highly successful professor of medieval history. Indiana Jones and his dad embarked on a 2-year lecture tour around the globe. This was the beginning of Indiana Jones's adventurous lifestyle. The Jones family began their journey in Egypt, where Indy and Miss Seymour went to explore the pyramids while his dad delivered his lecture. It was here where Indiana first met the archaeologist and soldier Lawrence, who invited the duo to join him on an excavation in the Valley of Kings. On this trip, Indiana nearly died, but this experience solidified his desire to become a globe-trotting archaeologist. On this globe-trotting archaeology journey, he's battled demons, discovered a ring that belonged to King Arthur, a knife that was linked to Cain and Abel, found the Holy Grail, ran multiple operations against Nazi forces, and he's battled a tank and 3 trucks with nothing but a horse and a single pistol and his whip. He has survived and navigated through many trap-filled ruins and dungeons, being able to run through them with ease, and as dumb as it is, he's managed to survive a nuclear explosion inside a fridge. And he's fast enough to outrun boulders, and for some weaknesses, he is scared of snakes, his aim gets worse with age, and he cannot land a plane. Even with those flaws, Indiana Jones became someone his dad could be proud of. In this fight, it was pretty close gear-wise, so it really came down to stats, and Lara wins because she is stronger, faster, and tougher. And for Nathan versus Indiana Jones, Nathan just beats him in almost every other category by a small margin.